Hey, Mixer, how you guys doing today? So, we're back quicker than expected, and we're gonna get into it. You're not gonna see me on cam because I'm gonna be eating a lot of this time. They asked us if they could, or asked me if they could have kind of an RP session, a little bit of downtime in the middle of the raid. So we're gonna roll it back a little bit from last week as I get these things going right now. That being said, we'll transition over here, bring in the party. So, hi, party.
Hello.
Hi, so
Hi.
So the party approached me
Hi
this
there.
week and wanted to kind of a little bit downtime, have some discussions going in and forward to their last, the kind of end the final build of this arc. So we had ended to the point where I think it was Thomas and everyone looking out with the chocobos at kind of the endless plains, about ready to ride after a good night's of rest and sleep. At that point, there's that as Thomas goes back, thinking on the previous night's adventures as you guys again are in this kind of place where you have just either been brought back to life, if you're Thomas, you can feel your toes, Roselynn. Maad, you didn't let everyone die. Or, you didn't have two collapsed lungs and could breathe. Illiyanna, you didn't somehow manage to fall down a long, dark hole. So,
What's up?
it is you're all sitting around. There's some time. You said that when you sleep, you will awaken back on your plane. So, there's the center kind of fountain in the middle, kind of a basin, more of a, not really fountain, just more of like a large kind of pond in the center. There's beds, there is, it's warm, it's like the perfect temperature. There's kind of like food if you need it. But a lot of this is not going to require me. I've yet to eat for like 9 hours, almost 10. I have a pizza in front of me. I've turned the camera off. I'm going to mute myself and only interact with stream and just kind of watch this. If you need me, I'm here. You guys asked for a session to RP and kind of go into character stuff? Have at it.
I wiggle my toes.
Your toes actually break off and you no longer have the feeling in your legs. No, just kidding.
Toeless Roselynn.
Thomas goes and wiggles Rosalind's toes.
Don't touch me.
It's not what you said last night. You tried to give me a hug.
So when did I try to give you a hug?
When he
In
was
your
brought back.
dreams?
I heard you be happy. You still have my mother's ring?
Mm.
You do love me.
Oh my god. Wait, does Roselynn have the ring?
You tell me.
I thought Thomas had it.
No, I thought Thomas had it.
Check your left pocket.
Check the left pocket.
There's nothing in there. You lost it?
I don't.
How could you?
You never gave
Why
me.
would you do that to me?
You never gave me a ring.
To our family, to our love.
I never agreed to this.
Would it make you feel better if you had it now?
No,
Would it make you feel worse?
I'd feel very indifferent.
Well, then it doesn't matter one way or the other, does it? Here, he hands you a ring.
No. Tries to push it back.
Illiyanna leans over to Maad. That's so sweet.
I know. They definitely missed each other.
What are you guys
Say-
whispering about?
Nothing.
Say you miss me.
No.
Say it. Say it. Say you miss me.
You're annoying.
And yet you missed me.
You're annoying.
She talked to you about you after you passed. A lot.
What'd she say?
You don't believe all the words she spoke of you. You would probably... I don't know. You would You would enjoy it?
Roselynn is giving Antlyn a death glare.
Antlyn has his hood up. He doesn't see you. If I don't see it, I don't feel it. It's okay.
Thomas looks at Roselynn. Roselynn.
What?
My eyes are down here.
The last I saw of you, Thomas, riding away to go monastery.
Thomas kind of rubs the back of his head. Yeah, mistakes were made.
I'm sorry.
I
Leanna.
apologize.
For riding away? For riding away so quick.
They're not taking you with us.
He looks around. Yeah, you wouldn't really had a choice. I'm sorry, what was that?
I wanted you to go with us. I'm sorry. I couldn't talk you into it.
It was a dragon. I'm not going to go. No.
Even if it meant your death? Well, you didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, rubs the back of his head again. Mistakes were kind of made.
When we came back, all we saw was your broken weapon, no body, and the symbol of Sirius.
Speaking of that, Antlyn's gonna look inside his bag. Are the two symbols still there? So? Sure. He looks you around.
There we go. We can hear you eating. Does that count? Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. So, for stream to know, the two symbols are in there. He takes them out, looks to Illiyanna. Do you still have Thomas's dagger?
Of course. Takes it out and hands it back to Thomas.
Oh, Thomas takes it. What about my pan flute?
I didn't see it.
Your body was taken. We don't know where it was.
Did you look
Speaking
for
of
it?
that, what is Thomas wearing now, if he was resurrected? Does he have all his gear, or is he naked?
Oh, please don't tell me he's naked.
Well, technically, you all were resurrected.
Oh, God.
Leanna averts her
Roselynn looks
gaze.
away.
I was.
Oh, okay. You look very nice in your suit then.
Did you look for me?
Yeah. Called you.
Everybody? He looks at Roselynn, raises an eyebrow.
I mean, I couldn't really look because
She was
I was half
riding
broken.
aside the.
I understand you're half broken-hearted. I get it.
That's not what I meant. I was
That's what you said. Everybody else, I have witnesses.
She was sitting
Her
on her
back
chocobo
was broken.
with the. Yep, she had a broke back.
She did from where the monastery fell.
Wait, monastery fell?
Let's start at the beginning through.
Quick question. Has anybody been into a monastery before?
Raise his hand.
He looks at Antlyn. Is this common? Why the hell did I just say that?
Oh, Samuel used to say that.
Yeah, I kind of met him once.
You did.
Yeah, it's a long story. But you tell your stories first. He goes and snuggles next to Roselynn.
She starts scooting away.
He starts scooting back.
Careful, you two. You'll push each other off the bed.
Hold me. Oh, we're on a bed. That's even better.
Pushes.
Really quick, so I know, for better reference, where are we again?
We're in the pond area. He gave a description of where we are.
Again, I'm at work.
Mm-hmm. There's a, we're in where we were before we got resurrected. There's a pond in the center, and there's beds. It's warm, the perfect temperature. There's stuff for us to rest and relax. Eat.
Yeah. Roselynn just pushes Thomas.
Absolutely.
Go snuggle Illiyanna.
Roselynn, show him the affection he wants. He'll leave you alone.
Yes, show me the affection that you so were talking about.
She was talking about that?
What affection?
You know, the one where you miss Thomas right about now, and your legs.
Thomas leans over to Antlyn. I think she meant infection. I think she's got something. He smiles at Roselynn.
The only thing I missed was being able to walk again.
Helen
I mean-
just smirks and rolls his eyes.
You all smell burning.
Looks around.
Your pants are on fire, Roselynn.
Quickly starts patting him.
Well, Thomas goes and helps. He'll start patting him as well. He slaps her on the ass a few times. There's lots of fire back here.
Hey, mess with the bull, you get the horns.
I never came across the bull, and I scoot towards Illiyanna and Maad.
They're like cows.
So stop, drop, and roll. So the fire will go out.
Thomas will put his cloak, take off his. Well, he doesn't have. Yeah, he takes off his jacket because of his birthday suit. Puts it on to help smother out the flames.
Helen offers some of his water skin to pour it out.
I'm pretty sure the fire is out. Is the fire out?
For good measure.
I think we're going to take a little bit of water.
Sweet. Antlyn
Hey.
passes
There's a
it to
swamp
Thomas.
back there, in the back there.
Thomas continues to slap her ass.
Can you not?
Do you want the fire out or not?
The fire is already out.
Slaps it a few more times.
And he goes to sit down. All right. On with the story. Who's telling it?
Thomas tries to slap her on the ass one more time.
Who wants to start it off first?
I don't know what happened after when you guys first got there. What you saw, but
Ellen nods and looks to Maad. Would you like me to tell it?
The beginning of it, at least. Because you first went to the monastery.
All right. Well, Antlyn will, sit back in his chair, cross his arms, and just think. After we left you, me and Maad rode as fast as we could to go find Brienne and possibly Bellarmine up on this hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it,
He looks around. Yeah, where are they?
to the monastery.
Brienne's dead.
Wait, what?
she left the party. In the middle of the night on our way back, she left a note. Illiyanna pitches it out.
From the looks of it, the gods have yet to forgive and bring her back.
Antlyn will show him the two symbols of the two symbols that were left from the scene. And he'll just say, "This was left by the Black after she killed her, and we heard her scream."
So, her and the dragon?
Just her.
Her As far as I know, we haven't seen the dragon anywhere. Like, we didn't find her in the monastery, and Brienne decided that because she wasn't there, just to come back with us. But of course, then she ran away. But that was after we found the dead bodies of people, and then the monastery exploded somehow. There was a green light, and Antlyn was telling the story. Sorry, we'll go in order. It might be easier.
Can y'all hold on just for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thomas looks at the group and he walks away a little bit. The dragon is gone?
We don't know where it is.
I couldn't contact her.
Huh. Hold on. He walks away a little bit. Celebration from Kool and the Gang starts playing. And
Bella stares at you
what the hell?
and then vanishes.
Are you alright? Is it okay if I continue?
Hold on a second. He starts looking around for it just to make sure.
Apparently, can't see her.
Something wrong?
He starts playing. He starts playing the song again, just a little bit.
Looks at you. Peers.
Ah, the dragon's here.
What?
Where?
Apparently, I have to play a magical tune.
You're crazy.
Plays the first note.
Can any of us see it? Can any of us see it, or is this like a Thomas only thing?
He plays a couple notes from it. Anything? Thomas just shakes his head and walks back to the group. I'm sorry. Continue. What the fuck? Thomas gets out his dagger and starts, turning around and looking.
Thomas?
Why are you holding your broken dagger?
I think
Because I don't have a fixed one. God.
I think the long term of him being dead has got his mind loopy.
I don't think so. What? I would hope not.
No, I don't know what happens really after being dead, or I've never seen someone come back to life. Like
For the record, you could probably ask your legs. They know what it feels like to be dead.
When you say that, Antlyn kind of rubs the back of his head and just like looks at each of them and says, "I've had to watch, except for Thomas, each and one of you die."
Oh yeah, about my death.
Wait, I'm wanting to hear the story about the monastery and the green fire and brimstone and Roselynn losing her legs and telling how she declaring her undying love for me. All that.
So back to the story. We rode up the pathway to the monastery, and it was barred from the inside, so the door was locked. I climbed across, looked around. There was nothing in the courtroom, the open area. I'm not sure what it's called, like a training area?
Courtyard?
Courtyard, that's it. I live in solitude, if you don't recall. Anyways.
Courtroom would have been something totally different, man.
I do not want to go in one of those. Nope. I'm good.
I never seen one anyways. I'm simple man, hunter.
They're not fun.
Going back to the story, opened up the door for Maad, and we both searched the area outside first. And by then, Illiyanna and Roselynn here came up behind us as we heard a yell from Brienne from inside of the monastery. He looks to Maad. I remained outside to search around the courtyard, and then they went inside. If you can tell the rest of the story, Maad, I'm not sure what happened inside, but on the outside, after you guys were dealing with whatever was inside, lo and behold, we found a sole survivor inside of a like a shed like thing on the outside, trapped inside. His name was Samuel.
Yeah, old guy. I remember him.
Old guy.
Yeah, when I saw him, he was an old guy. But continue.
That's odd. He wasn't old. He was bald. Carried Roselynn after the explosion and the building fell on top of them.
That was
Thomas
when I
looks at
lost my-
Roselynn. You let another man touch you?
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Antlyn just bursts out laughter and hold his stomach.
Ooh.
She kind of had to get around places.
She had no choice.
The juggle buzz couldn't go other ways.
And my leg was destroyed, so I wasn't able to carry her.
Maad, remind me, or either of you, what was inside of that building?
Dead people.
Lots of dead people.
Oh, yeah.
Inhabitants, I believe.
Were any of them
Rations.
children?
No. Not that we
Looks at
saw.
Roselynn. Were any of them children?
Everyone there was dead, except for that poor Samuel.
Samuel. I
So,
tended to his
yes.
wounds on the outside just before the explosion. And he was just telling us of who came and slaughtered all his people, which was, to our unsurprise, the Black. It was a trap. I like to think Antlyn and Illiyanna said that in unison. It's a trap.
Why is there a squid person who also said it at the same time? He looks at him. So y'all walked into a trap.
We did.
Well, you didn't really walk. You walked into it, but you were limping back. I got it.
I was carried, but
By another man. We'll discuss this later at home.
Excuse
Yes.
me?
Yes, excuse me. I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, everyone was pinned mostly except for myself and myself. Everyone was pinned underneath except for myself and Brienne when she was with us still. And we helped bring people out. First, we found Samuel, I believe. We carried him outside of the gates to rest. Then we found Illiyanna. And then she was healing people, and then Samuel came to help us. And we kept finding people. Next was Val, who is, as you said earlier, his leg was shattered.
Maad.
And then, sorry, Maad. I'm used to it.
Who's this foul person?
Sorry, I mean Maad. I don't know why I keep calling him that.
Maad's not foul.
The colonel looks at him.
Or
The colonel. I don't know if they're inside, but the colonel's pretty small.
Thomas is, yes.
Yeah, the colonel's pretty small. Well, medium size.
Thomas goes and pets the colonel. The colonel goes over to Maad and starts checking for feathers.
And the last person we found who was in the most disrepair state was, he points to Roselynn. She couldn't feel her legs or any of her lower half once we found her.
Okay. So y'all walked into a trap. A few of you got injured, it sounds like. Checks to Illiyanna. Are you alright?
She nods. I'm fine.
Looks at Maad. Maad, you hurt your leg?
Yes.
Looks at Antlyn, and you were okay.
I was quick enough to get away from the blast.
Looks at Roselynn, and you broke your legs.
Yeah. My back, I guess, was broken.
And you couldn't feel anything from the waist down.
Nope.
She,
Couldn't even move my legs.
He pokes at her legs a little bit.
I can feel them now, thank you.
I can feel them too. Watch, pokes them again.
Don't touch me.
her legs were broke back on top of that cliffside.
She was broke back, got it.
And
Then what happened?
Well, we started to make our way back to the trial. But on the way, we were questioning Brienne as to why she would do this. Go straight to the monastery.
Can I ask a question? Did y'all find the dragon at the monastery? Because
No,
that's what she was freaking...
we searched and there wasn't anything.
We did learn, though, that
Did she blow up in the fire?
we didn't see her at
No.
the monastery. We did
Samuel said
learn,
you hadn't been there either.
Antlyn nods, we did find out from Samuel, I believe, that the monastery was a place that worshipped and wanted the greater good for, apparently, the gold dragon.
So that place was evil. All right, continue.
It wasn't evil. They were just dedicated to protecting what they viewed as the good dragon, or a legacy of Acaen.
Bellarmine. But she wasn't there, and we left with more than a few wounds.
We left back there because if we had stayed and tried to heal, there would have been more people coming, and probably the Black would have stayed around to see if her trap had worked. And with people
Those
injured.
guards,
And apparently she did kind of hang around because she was following us.
those
She's
guards
been following us the entire time.
Yeah, that's why we're supposed to stick together. Sorry we left.
It's all right. So then you come back. Roselynn has tears in her eyes because she missed me. Continue.
We
were headed
set
back.
up camp. Go on, Illiyanna.
And y'all questioning Brienne about something?
Yeah, we were wondering why she made a rather...
Why she suddenly left when we had no indication that the dragon was at the monastery to begin with. And then when she just said that, after everyone had gotten hurt, she was just ready to head back. We asked her. She didn't say anything. We came back. We camped for the night. Sometime during the night, she snuck away. I was getting ready to wake people for the next shift, and she left a letter. Illiyanna points out to it. It's in Draconic. I don't know if you read it. But Samuel said that it said that she didn't want to be a part of the party anymore. Hold on, I'll get the exact words.
Thomas looks at the letter. Hey, I can read this.
You can?
Yeah, let me see.
I
Hold
don't
on.
trust this.
I'm a little rusty. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Dragons suck.
That's not what it says.
She spelled suck. Oh, I'm sorry, dragons sucks.
Illiyanna.
It's both bad grammar and it's spelled wrong. It's not S-U-X.
Sucks? Sucks?
Yes.
That's you, Dustin.
What'd you say?
S-U-X.
Miss.
What'd you say, Greg?
Greg?
I said, I'm sorry, this isn't the group for me. That has become apparent. I wish good luck to all of you and hope to see you where the gods reign. There apparently was another part of it.
Apparently, she decided to give up her life. I guess the friendship with the dragon wasn't good enough to keep living.
She said,
Didn't
I don't trust you. You don't trust me. That has become apparent.
Yet,
Trusted her.
that this party wasn't meant for her? If I
well,
recall.
to be honest, Illiyanna, after what she did, I was wanting to trust her with making decisions.
That's something we could have talked about. And you don't just go off and...
She wasn't going to listen.
So, just to make sure I understand correctly, in her wisdom, she decided she didn't trust the group, and y'all didn't trust her. The dragon she loved and cared about and was her family, and so on and so forth. She just decided to leave it alone because she couldn't find it or whatever. So she just said, "To hell with it."
I didn't trust her at all.
From what it seems like, I have no other explanation other than the note that she left. She went against everything. Like, us being chosen by the gods, her love for the dragon is her best friend, she always said.
The fact that we went and people got hurt to bring her back.
She up and left in the middle of the night. We waited to see if she would come back. Heard her scream. Checked on it in the morning, and there was the gestures to Antlyn with the two symbols. That and her glaive and a whole lot of blood.
He places them down on the table.
That was before we even found out about you.
So she was selfish.
Yes. Selfish.
Oh, Maad said I missed you, Thomas.
I miss you too. He'll go up and hug Matt.
Sorry we weren't there when you needed us, but we're here now.
Mm-hmm. We're all one big happy. The hell are we again?
Friends.
Friends, I hope. At least.
I think.
Smile's a
Wait.
bit uncertain.
What's a friend?
I like to think of us as forest strangers. Who else?
What'd you say, Maad?
I am a friend to all of you, and I hope you're my.
Yeah. Me too.
Who said that?
And once we came back and found you the next day,
You found me?
after finding, well,
We found blood and made gesture to the dagger, and then one symbol. Oh,
you
she
have
gets that out and puts it on the table.
Yeah, let me kind of interject right here about what happened.
Mhm.
So I was just sitting there and playing my flute, waiting for y'all to get back, getting this, trying to get this helmet to fit right, stuffing it with leaves and stuff. Didn't work. Next thing I know, it's cold. Real cold. Like Roselyn's heart around kids cold.
Oh my god. Come on. Really?
I'm trying to tell the story. Hold on. There's a dagger sticking out of my chest. The tip of it, so it came from the back.
Oh.
And it was cold. It was dark and it was lonely. And she told me that she took my hat. Still wanted my hat back. She offered to let me write on something on a paper, but at that point I couldn't even see. She said, that's one. Fell asleep. Woke up. Was in kind of like a farm area.
like your home.
The thing, because tavern. And my god was there. She told me this is the place where all bards go. All good bards who die go. Apparently, I was a good bard.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's
I believe it.
who's your god? Or I'm not sure what.
Yes, they sound strangely like ambulances.
Isn't it Kara who picked you up?
Mm-hmm. That was her. You do remember. You do care.
You did say the name once when we were all caged up.
And she remembered.
Doesn't mean I like you.
Do her pants catch on fire again? Okay.
What?
Antlyn hands him the water skin.
No. Is pond?
No, we're inside a tavern of some sort.
We're inside a tavern?
Well, a building area.
The field.
There's a big what?
A pool in the middle, like where you got you bathed in it to get feeling back in your legs. Remember?
You
were
would.
dragged to it.
I'm not gonna jump in that pool.
I mean, imagine what you'll get feeling back in now.
My soul.
You lost that years ago.
Hurtful.
Oh,
But your heart, but your heart belongs to me.
No. She starts drop rolling and putting out the fire. And she's gonna be cursed and be like, who's doing this? What? What?
You had to get the DM involved, so it doesn't seem to go out with all the rolling. It's like the liar pants on fire is well on there without dousing yourself in the well. And by well, it's like a basin of water.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
So Alan still hands over his water skin to Thomas.
I have holy water. Hold on.
Gosh, I can't know. Why is this? She jumps in the water.
Thomas starts
Roselynn.
unbuckling his pants. Damn it!
Make me a charisma saving throw.
I'm gonna hate this.
Oh yeah, you are.
Gee,
Is your charisma like a -5?
no, it's a 1.
That was a
You
joke.
feel compelled to tell the truth, the God's honest truth.
No one knows this, though.
I know.
Right?
No one knows it.
Okay. Does she know this?
She
Like,
gets
she
that
just has the
cannot
urge.
lie, and she wants to, let her true feelings be known when she answers. No one else knows this because no one has a reason to.
Right.
She looks. She gets a little pale as she crawls out of the water and quietly goes back to the bed and sits.
Alan,
Are you alright?
She wet the bed.
Oh my god! Dang it! So
I will go back to my lurking. If you need me again, trust me, more magical things will happen.
No problem.
I'm like your wild magic in a DM.
I love it. Let's do this.
I think this is Arcana.
is it safe to assume with the random fires that are happening on our pants, we're still in the trial? Yes.
She's hot for me.
I would assume we are still in the trial. Yes.
I'm like my option better.
That's okay.
Perhaps.
We've been going
That
through
might also be true.
We've been going through blinded lights after blinded lights for some time. I'm not sure where we are.
So y'all decided to go in the trials without me?
You
We
are.
didn't have much of a choice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dead. Sorry.
We took Samuel though.
That suck ass. I mean, yes. Continue.
All right, players.
Yep.
To pause
Yes.
for a moment.
Okay.
We have 10 retweets.
All right.
However, there is no
Sweet.
rolling advantages in this. So we need to
Okay.
come up with something different for the retweets.
Can I have my advantage
Nope.
with
With the retweets, you each look in your hands and you find a small yellow gem that has scales on it. You all
Oh
gain
Jesus
the
Christ!
You all gain the instant knowledge. You can crush the gem and look to one party member and ask them any question, and they must tell truthfully the answer about themselves.
Okay.
To each other. You guys can use it on anyone you choose, as long as you use it this session.
Is it anyone or?
Any single member of your party.
Okay, so it's not group. Dang it.
Unless you guys want it to be group. You each get one question
Well,
to ask
I
everyone
mean,
in the
like-
group. I'm fine with that. That's you guys.
Like say you ask a general question to the entire group about themselves.
Yeah, I would say if you allow, if you're not prying in specifically to someone's back, you can crush it and immediately say, I am everyone, and here's the question I asked them. I'm gonna go back to lurking.
Guys, we just gained the gift of heart jerks and awesomeness. Let's go.
So you go on the trials.
We found a place for your helmet, your hat, but we couldn't open it. It seemed like. At least it seemed like it goes for your hat. We couldn't open it though. It was a tomb. It's really, really old.
And it had that
because
altar. The altar.
Yeah, I assume that's where the hat went. Helmet.
It was odd, and I'm not sure if anyone else has ever done this, but because it was full of gold and scriptures, similar to the helmet that you had. Place down 2 coins and talk to someone that wasn't there. Felt kind of weird, but with you gone and Brienne and one person that wasn't chosen, it felt the need to do so was there.
And that was the trial?
No, that was the entrance next to the trial.
Then how'd you get in?
We turned back around and went through this hallway. It was really dark, so Roselynn had a torch. She held it while we walked on. There were shadows everywhere.
Just an endless walking staircase.
Thomas looks around and goes on, huh. He looks at Roselynn and he starts playing with that stone.
That's pretty. Oh, and Maad, Craig says he's going to type, I think. Because we keep cutting in and out.
Okay.
But typing he can do.
So I went through these trials.
So when everyone disappeared, I found a door. Opening it, I found the party being killed by the black. Maad said. What did you say, Thomas? I'm sorry.
I just said okay, and then y'all went through the trials.
I think we did. People kept disappearing. Waves to Maad.
Maad says, no matter what I did, my powers wouldn't work and I could not harm her. One by one, she killed each of you in front of me, including me. So I don't remember that.
I'm sorry, Maad.
No, not me. Not me. I'm sorry. No, not you. Sorry. He looks at Antlyn. I remember yours.
You remember our talk?
I do.
Y'all talked?
I asked why he abandoned me.
He nods and... Go on.
I also asked for him to protect each of you since I couldn't do it anymore. I also gave specific things for each one of you. Except for Brienne. She sucked as a person.
Mm-hmm. And when we all came together before we found ourselves inside that field of dead bodies, right? Well, after we found ourselves again in the field of dead bodies, I told each and every one of you what he said.
Thomas looks at Illiyanna. Looks at Maad. Maad says, I was powerless. She laughed at me and walked away, calling me not worth killing. I told her I'd make sure to spread the tales of you all and her. She laughed even more, and I found myself in a field of dead bodies.
Me and Thomas had that talk, and after we spoke to each other, exchanging words and relaying the information to you guys once we found each other, I found myself in a field of dead bodies. Which is strange, because I thought my fear would be of how it would turn when I died originally. But I guess my biggest fear is failing you all.
Huh. He looks at Illiyanna, and what happened to you?
through a door. And I ended up in a crowd. People were like yelling and things, and Maad was there. He was yelling and screaming, and I couldn't get to him. I'm sorry. I have a way to talk, and it never worked before, and it finally did, but Maad said it was my fault. And I caused everyone to die. He wanted to know why I did it. I don't know.
Did you like stab us all or something?
No. I'm sorry. I went after we'd gotten back. The black, instead of being black, she was a guard in Lake Helm. She was there. She was nice. She was friendly. She said after she found all of us, with all of us apparently were terrorists, that I told everybody about the magic that Maad had and about Antlyn, and I didn't know where you were. They didn't know where you were, and I told them about Roselynn with the Orions. It was all in a book, just like the one I normally write in, but it wasn't. I don't know why. I don't remember why. Illiyanna stiffens. She hugs Maad back tightly. I'm so sorry. Because the black was leading me to bed, to my bed in my house that I worked in. I had a shop. I had knowledge. I was so confused. I didn't know. Everyone was dead. Everyone. It was. I did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I heard a voice ask, "Is this what you really want?" No, it wasn't. Because Maad wasn't there. You weren't there. None of my friends were there. I just started telling her that about everything, and then it was dark, and then I was away in the sea of bodies.
Did all of you end up in Sea of Bodies?
Yes.
Yep.
Thomas looks at Roselynn. What happened to you?
She, kind of looks down, thinks, and speaks. I was back at the monastery with everyone. Well, not everyone but you, Thomas.
And you were sad. Right.
I was apparently being left behind. Everyone had agreed to that I was basically a burden for that moment. With me not having the use of my legs, what was the point in having someone being dragged around? Not only being able to what? Fling a few arrows, and even then I'd be laying on the ground and I wouldn't really be properly able to use a bow and arrow. But anyways, I was left behind in my little nightmare. And I was propped up. I was apparently a little bit of rations were left behind. I was apparently told that you all would come back. But you guys left, and the Black King taunted me, called me useless, told me that they would never come back, told me that I just berated me. Almost like she was almost like how a cat would toy with a mouse before going in for a kill. I wouldn't believe her. The stuff she was saying. Yes, but I had doubt. I had a fear that I wouldn't be useful to you all. And yes, I guess my stubbornness did get the best of me. I did my best to lunge at her, and upon lunging at her, she disappeared, and I ended up amongst a pile of, well, not really a pile, but a sea of dead bodies with everyone else in front of a burnt down town of Legacy.
Sounds like your stubbornness helped you. Because you didn't want to give up. And if it makes you feel better from experiencing that, I would not leave you behind. And I'm sure the rest of us wouldn't.
Well, you all proved that. And especially when we were on our trek through Lake Helm and through that place where apparently I died, where I was operated on.
We tried.
I was cut in half.
Emphasis on tried. Next time, obviously, we'll know what not to do to do it better, hopefully, or hopefully there's not a next time, or...
I sure hope there won't be a next time.
Oh, sorry, maybe it'll,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
I wake up to see half my leg chopped off, an artery halfway out of my leg. Just never mind.
Sorry.
Yes, that was my fault.
And the whole reason I forgot to tell Thomas why we were there, because when we went into Lake Helm, there was bodies everywhere. We learned that's what happens if we failed. There was a guy. He was picking through the bodies, and he was bringing people back if they had magic. He was the Blood Father. He's a god of evil magic.
Ikmos.
Yeah. He fixed Maad's leg, though. So that was nice of him.
I think he's a prick.
Which leg?
Matt's.
Oh.
Matt's own.
I mean, it was his
Thomas goes and pokes at it.
He's poking Matt's leg.
Yep.
We also forgot to mention that Samuel was buried underneath some bodies and carried Roselynn while we were heading towards Lake Helm.
Because our chocobos weren't there.
Maad says, when we all appeared in the field of bodies, Samuel was found under a pile of bodies, though. We were told later that he failed his trial. None of us wanted to give up. We seemed to have faced our worst fear and passed. He also says his left leg and then says, ow, with a question mark.
It's because you poked his leg.
Pokes it again.
Yes. We came across this odd-shaped giant footprint, and it was in the shape of a hoof, like a cow almost.
Y'all were fighting cows?
It was giant. It stepped over a pile of corpse bodies, dead. Looks to Roselynn. What were they again?
Did you kill it? I mean, that's stakes for everybody.
I wouldn't say it's a cow, Thomas. I believe it was a monstrosity of sorts. It did not look like a cow.
The Bloodfather told us that while we were here, I believe it was him who told us while we were here that the Black couldn't really see us. Her servants could, and to beware the like when the ground would tremble and tumble and things.
To watch the skies.
And to watch the skies. We watched up at the skies, and there were these creatures. They were like giant vultures, but different. Really, really ugly.
They were as big as the sky. City.
Whenever they would find somebody, they'd scoop them up and like kill them, basically, and start eating them. And there was also this creature. It scared me the first time I saw it. I didn't know. It gave this shriek, and it was terrifying. But
that was Antlyn, right?
No, it was little. It was little, and it had these really big eyes, and it was green. It could talk though. It called itself. Hold on. She flips through a book.
Agoth.
Yeah, Agoth.
You're talking about
Fucker scratched me.
that same creature was in the middle of the field, right?
No, that was down in the bodies when we went to the alleyway. Because I was going to show you guys. I was going to check on my parents before we headed to the castle.
which was the creature that you said you saw? None of us really, well, at least I didn't get a glimpse of it, but you said it was there. That was before we met the, this.
Talking about the big cow?
Or are you talking about the
No.
flying one?
The flying cow?
You said it was green in the middle of the bodies. It was scavenging and then it ran off.
Sure, that's the same thing as the green creatures we were seeing before.
We were heading to the city. This was before the city, and before we met the man looking for magic users.
Yeah?
I don't know what it was. She saw something that frightened her when she came back to us. We found the man who found the body and brought him back to life, who was some kid with the powers, the magical powers. And we just kept going to the city where they met this green creature, as they call it. What was his name again?
Antlyn. Oh.
No.
Agoth. Right.
He points to Roselyn's thigh or leg. No, yeah, leg. He somewhat stabbed her after talking to the creature.
He somewhat How do you somewhat stab somebody?
He had a claw for his finger, and he took it and he put it in his wound.
He stabbed.
He could tell that she was lying, because she said that they were asking why he was carrying her, and Samuel said because she lost a bet, and he said no lies, and that's what led him to get stabbed.
Fucker wanted to eat me.
Only after you were dead. That's apparently what they did. They went up and ate things.
Fucker wanted to eat me.
Mm-hmm. We were talking to him for a while, and he said he had friends.
Good, if I would have freaking sliced his body up.
And as soon as he said friends, we all felt it, right? The giant earth trembles.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did feel those earth trembles. It was from that giant monstrosity that has hooves of cows.
It had long horns, stood on 2 feet, grabbed me.
Sounds like my ex. Continue.
Your ex?
He points to you, Roselynn.
Oh, don't worry, baby. You're much better than she is.
Oh, not Roselynn.
Anyways, we tried to hide from that monstrosity, and it seemed to have been able to find us. Through smell, through seeing, who knows? Snatched Cyril and I up, and snatched Antlyn up. Took us to a weird bone-like cage, I guess you could say, and dropped us in, and I couldn't quite see much. I think I was facing down in the dirt.
Maad pulled me up onto. He took out his room of flying, and we went up. We tried to keep it distracted. He was going to use his magic to keep its attention while I was going to go down and free you, but it called me too and threw me in the cage. And then it went after Maad.
All I saw was a flash of light, and then the large tremor. think it fell. Did it die?
It fell backwards. I know it. It let go of him. It'd been gonna eat him. I tried to climb out of the cage to help, but it didn't. And there was a second one, and the cage was shattered. And it happened just as the black stepped in, to the room, and she was looking around. But it's like she couldn't see us. She didn't even pay any attention to us. She walked right by Maad. And she said, she seemed to be speaking to somebody out around. I know you're out there. You'll lose. They failed your trial. It's time to accept it. If you wish to view them, I'll gladly show them to you in the hall. She must have been talking to someone else.
She was.
Whoever made the bead of light, I guess. Or I guess if we're chosen by the different aspects of gods, whoever's left.
Whoever was left.
So we followed her inside the hall. There was a throne, and there was a banner of Sirius behind her, and she was speaking with terrible creatures, like they were out of nightmares. She seemed to be bargaining with something for her services, and we couldn't hear what. And there was there was us.
Crucified?
Desecrated corpses. We were hung up and chained in shackles. And there was this skull effigy of Sirius on all of our faces.
Wasn't our skin peeled back? I don't remember.
Yeah.
She had us in order from the first to the last to die.
Wasn't it you, Antlyn, who died last?
Yeah.
He nods slowly.
I was third. I guess I would have made sense.
There's Thomas and Brienne, and then Roselynn, and Maad, and Illiyanna, and Antlyn. He looks up from her notes. I think.
Yeah, that would have made sense for me to die third. I was pretty useless then.
Well, I mean, if we go by what happened, and she makes quotes, the real world, back in the ashy place, that's kind of what happened, right?
The ashy place?
That happened after we'd had the bit in the throne room. We met Sirius. He was actually quite nice.
He was intimidating.
Huh.
Presence-wise, he was intimidating to talk to. Seemed like he cared about the black and himself, but that's for his own reasons.
He's trying to strike us a deal.
Did he offer you a dagger?
No.
He offered us freedom.
Freedom? From
To
what?
Being chosen. He said that we fought, sacrificed. He could make it all end. It was all a secret, because things can't really end up being a secret if everyone is dead. He wasn't happy with how the way things turned out with the black either, apparently. Like at the end when we failed.
So we have an ally.
I wouldn't say ally.
I don't know, because at that time, at that place, and there, because the black is her daughter, his legacy. I don't know if he would be willing to directly oppose her like that. But I know at the end, if like what had happened if we had fell, everyone was dead. Everyone. And he said, you can't make a secret if everyone is dead. He talked about how he didn't want to reshape the world he wants to reshape the world for because having too much knowledge is a bad thing. I mean, he argued that he should let them make mistakes, let them experience life. He gave us the deal that if we agreed to it, it would all be a bad dream. We'd go back to our late daily lives. And he would make sure that the black didn't hunt us. He couldn't do anything for the miners, like from where Maad's from, but we could go home and just live out our lives.
He offered me two choices, actually. One, to either go back to the Orions, or two, go to the Fox Fields.
I know I didn't say much during that, but I said no very fast because I'm not sure if it seemed open when I said no, but with Brienne gone and Thomas gone, personally, I don't think my father would. I couldn't see myself as a respectable man for accepting an offer, especially after our sacrifices, Thomas being gone. Just to simply go
I'm
back
right
to...
here. You don't have to talk to me in third person.
He nods, and when you were gone,
Thank you.
I didn't want to live in a world that I knew was all a lie, based off of a decision just to go back for my own needs. Instead, I'm going to continue to fight, and fight alongside you. So that way our sacrifices aren't in vain. I couldn't see myself as a respectable human, elf being if I accepted his offer. That, and I don't trust him because from what we've heard, he's supposed to be the god of lies and our happy lives. We don't know how long it would last.
How long it's gonna last if we do win all this. When we tell people everything either.
Antlyn just shrugs. We'll have to find out.
I agree. For me, he said that we could, I could go back home, still continue looking for knowledge, but I would lose knowing everything about the world around, why it's hidden. Apparently, there's lots of things around outside of what we know that would be dangerous if they knew about us. There'd be more bodies on the ground than anything. Conquering nations, people below, apparently, if people go looking, that if people ever really true know anything, that they would take over. He made a comment on that that's why stuff needed to be kept secret for when he could reveal it. And he felt it was needed.
So he needed to be special.
Well, I mean, he is the god of secrets. I mean, and lies probably too, but it was more like he was protecting us, or trying to protect all of us. At least that's how he phrased it at the time. To keep everybody in the dark so that they would be happy with the little bit that they had, and not, at least like us, being concerned about things that are great over there, or have to worry about being invaded or from other people.
I think he just didn't want the world to grow.
I forget.
Well,
Did you?
the world is getting pretty fat. I mean, I've seen some of the people. Have you been to a tavern lately? God.
Have you seen Bessie?
Seen who? Bessie? She's hot, all right? Not like, I mean, hey, baby, how are you?
Small chuckle comes from Antlyn, and then he just looks between them.
Just
Um,
raises an eyebrow.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah. I don't think any of us can stop you.
Oh,
Know
no,
what it
y'all
is?
can stop me. I've seen y'all try. It was cute. It was adorable.
That's fair.
He looks at Roselynn and crushes the rock in his hand. What's the one secret you most fear to tell us that you haven't told us before?
Oh, he went there.
Oh my gosh. Thanks. I have to actually think that.
Dun dun dun.
There's a lot of things that Roselynn could say.
Yeah, but he only said
Say the question again.
What's the one secret you most fear to tell us that you haven't told us before?
the big one.
Oh. Apparently there's a big secret that even I don't know. That is apparently supposed to break me.
Why
That's
would
supposed to be
break you? You're really strong.
in a
Well, now she's.
For the record, they broke half of her.
oh
No, I'm
Now
not talking about physical strength. I'm talking about
mental.
emotional.
I don't know. It's what Sirius said.
He's probably hiding another one of your secrets, maybe?
I mean, he is a god of secrets. Ooh, secrets everywhere. Oh. Did I answer that question right? I believe
Look behind you, there's one right there.
Where? Looks behind.
I mean, for Roselynn, truthfully, what would be the one secret that you know of, I guess, that you fear most to tell us?
That I know of?
I assume that's what he meant by the question. Looks to Nasi.
What was the full question again?
What is the one secret that you're most afraid for us to find out that you haven't told us before?
Points it. There you go.
I mean, if you don't know the secret, does that really count?
Sev? Would that count?
You did divulge it, but no, you're compelled to tell the biggest secret that you're aware of.
So what is?
Well, she is technically aware that she has a nasty secret that she doesn't know about.
The great people of chat, retweeted this 10 times. I guess you can give them a second one.
Oh God.
What's the
High-five
second? I first chat. What's the second biggest secret Rosin doesn't know? Or doesn't know? Wow, Rosin does know.
Oh, chat, I hate you all. Ah. The biggest secret? Hey,
The one she doesn't want anyone to know in the party.
I can think of a few, but let's not make it.
I don't know of any, to tell you the truth.
She's told us some, but that's like in the past. Like
Yeah, but also they told Thomas that she really did care about him and all that, and her pants kept on catching on fire. Her pants kept on catching on fire, so she's hiding something.
Thomas.
Yes. Yes, my love.
I do like you. I do care for you. I like you as a friend.
Thomas starts to do a victory lap, and then he just stops. And then just goes and sits away from her. And just looks at the party. What else? I guess what else happened? Looks kind of dejected.
Why are you sad?
It's just not what I was hoping to hear.
She kind of, she's very pale actually, and maybe a little more, like half friend, maybe. I guess you could say.
You already said friend.
Okay.
Doing more than a friend, or
My feelings are mixed.
Thomas
That
looks
isn't
at
a
her
no.
Thomas looks at her with a wink. You mean half and half?
I'm not answering that.
You have to. You're still under the effects of that pull.
No. One question.
Yeah,
Do
no,
it.
she has answered the question
Mm-hmm.
truthfully.
She has. Yep.
But
Thomas looks. I'm
we
sorry.
all had for different reasons. You guys can say yours if you want or not. But we didn't take Sirius's deal. It was a nice deal. He did warn us that because of that we shouldn't blame him for what's about to come. Like all the rivers of death and everything that'll come from us not taking his deal. I don't know if he believed that or if he was just trying to trick us or if it was just something. Because he seemed nice, like he really did care. It's just... I don't know.
Roselynn crushes her gem and looks to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I ask you the same question that Thomas asks. Or had asked.
Doesn't it have to be a generalized question?
It is a general biggest secret you haven't told anyone. It's a generalized question. You could ask everyone. You used it specifically. That's why I made sure she answered twice.
Gotcha.
The biggest secret?
Oh, what's the one secret that you most fear to tell us that you haven't told us before? Like to everybody. I put it in the chat too. At least that's how I heard it. If it's wrong, let me know.
No, we're good. Works for me.
Oh, that's a tough one. to Maad.
Thomas kind of Antlyn sits back and he thinks on it.
A small smile comes to Roselynn as she hears Maad speak.
What did Maad say?
I care about Illiyanna more than I realized, more than I've allowed myself to realize. So, Roselynn has a very smug grin, by the way. Not grin, but a smile, smug smile.
Aww.
Thomas looks at the party and says, I almost took the deal with the black to kill you all. Not the black, I'm sorry.
What?
Wasn't the black, it was, trying to remember the guy's name.
Serious.
Serious.
No, it wasn't serious. It was the other one, right?
Yeah,
He was in human form.
I'll have to look it up in a minute.
It's in my bag.
I wouldn't have it in my notes because I wasn't there.
No, that's cool. I have it in mind. It'll be just a minute. All right, thank you.
I'm debating on two options. One of them's to tell. I don't know which one to choose. Which one outweighs more?
Xynos, that was it. Xynos, thank you.
There.
Thank you.
You did? Sorry?
Thomas looks at Illiyanna. Says, let's be honest. Most of the people in the party treated me like crap. I was offered a deal for protection. And let's be honest, I didn't think any of y'all cared about me.
So we care about you. You're our friend.
You almost took a deal when we were inside that cage. Or when was this?
I was actually offered twice.
Thomas, I do care about you a lot. Even if I did kick you around at the beginning.
You have a weird way of showing love, lady.
She just shrugs. It was how I was taught back in the Orions. Affection didn't really come with hugs and cuddling and stuff.
So I
So,
sent your DM.
so that's how y'all showed love in the Orions?
Roughness, rough love. I mean, of course, if it was like
I haven't seen you.
actual.
I've seen you stab the hell out of Maad. You must love the hell out of him.
Okay, now that was a mistake.
Like a mistake, like, you know, I drank too much one night mistake, or?
A mistake as in, oh crap, I aimed wrong. And I hit my ally. Mistake.
Several times.
Maad says he offers He opens his arms to offer Thomas a hug, and he says, "I care about each and every one of you."
That's besides the point. Looks to Antlyn.
Goes and hugs
Your
Matt.
secret?
Hugs Matt.
My secret is when we were back in that Druidic place, I did not get around telling you all of what I envisioned because I was too afraid to realize it myself. And that was, there's a mountain where I live, and there's a large tunnel that spirals down, down, down to the darkness. And inside of that darkness, there are other people like me, except with dark skin. And you all know them as the Drow, or the Boogeymen. I found myself that I went down there out of curiosity. And I was killed and came back alive. Only the lower half of me was a giant spider form.
Roselynn just makes a weird face.
Ew, did you have eggs?
Uh,
I had 2 arms, many legs, and I was an abomination of what I was.
you had a
Just
lower.
go ahead.
My lower half was not legs, it was the body of a spider.
Ugh.
So
And
you had, did you have eggs, and did you shoot webbing out of your butt?
I don't know, it ended with my death and then my rebirth of uncontrolling my body in that form. And if you all remember, Sirius spoke of me
I do.
unleashing a plague onto the world.
That the people aren't like you. That they'd be very glad, I guess, to come up to the surface and above here and just lay waste.
You're strange.
My kind, the Drow, or Boogeyman as I know it, apparently would destroy all life on top of the surface. According to Sirius. And they turn their own kind, at least from my own death experience, into those creatures. I didn't say it before, and I tried not to think of it,
There.
but that's my biggest secret, only because I thought I was more afraid of that, but during the trials I was more afraid of letting each and every one of you down and not being there to support you, especially when we need to work together.
Your kind's fucked up.
This coming from the woman who apparently beats the shit out of somebody to tell them that they love them?
That's.
Love you, honey.
I think I know where that same tunnel is, but that is for another time. And now that I somewhat know, not sure if I want to go down there.
I don't think I wanna ever step foot down where your kind is. No, thank you. Looks to Illiyanna.
No offense, you seem really nice. It's just the other one. Yeah, they really haven't. Maad said Caves has not been good to us so far, it seems. Yeah.
I can vouch for that. Illiyanna?
Oh, uh, she kind of rubs the back of her neck. I'm afraid that this is all. Everything that we're doing is just not what we're supposed to be doing. It's not to help make the world a better place. It's not to bring knowledge to the world. It's just to help in some kind of feud from one god from another, and that if we do fail, then they'll just start it all over again. That what we do doesn't matter. Not really. Because it's not anything. It's not about us. We're just here to do something. Not even. It won't make the world a better place when we're done. It'll just make everything worse. Like how Sirius was trying to warn us, and I don't know him from any of the others. His words might have had truth on all of them. Might have been better for us in the long run. Because who knows, what we're doing might make it so that everything we know and love gets killed anyway. Gets destroyed, gets ruined. That people get invaded, and I don't know, I'm worried we're not doing it for the right reasons.
Maad says it's a step in the right direction towards bringing knowledge back. I have to believe that we're doing right.
I want to believe that. I fear.
We're pawns.
Yeah.
I mean, we are kind of chosen and by a certain god and to defeat something, and I mean, they probably could have, if they probably could have taken on the Black themselves, but we're doing it.
Well, yeah, and say we go and we defeat the Black or whatever. What good does it do?
It means you and each and every one here remains alive.
Short term, yeah, but I mean, we wouldn't even be in this situation if the gods hadn't saved us in the first place. Granted, we would all be dead, but I mean,
don't you remember what the aftermath if we failed to defeat the Black? The destruction of Acaen?
Everyone dies. And
Maad says
it
it
won't
opens
matter.
us up. Maad says it opens us up to working to show the world what is out there.
I agree. There's still more for me to see.
And we can't be afraid about what's going to happen because we don't know it yet.
Thomas looks at Illiyanna and goes, "All right, sweet cheeks. Here it is in a nutshell. This thing's after us, right? Black. How many other people do you think she's hunted?"
Dozens. I mean, it seems like whoever had knowledge, she was quick to make sure that there was no knowledge there to spread.
And now these people would be able to sleep in their bed at night, not having to fear, not waking up in the morning because they know something.
Well, people don't even know that they know something. Like they go out and they just live their lives, and then all of a sudden they go, and it seems like they just go and they vanish, and no one knows why.
Of course, people have been playing this game for so long.
Maad said the Black was feared where I came from.
See? Thomas points. See? Point for Thomas. Thomas goes and gets himself a celebratory piece of cake.
Where did you get the cake?
I think
we have catering. There's like food. I assume we're eating.
I understand what you mean, Thomas. Many people died we were supposed to be next, but because all those people died, for someone knowing too much, and this is coming from one of the gods who is supposed to, quote unquote, as he said, shape the world, not end it. If we
He doesn't want
die,
it to end it. That's why he was willing to make us a deal that we could all live
Yes,
happy
but
lives.
Thomas's cheeks real quick are filled with cake. He looks like a little chipmunk. He's like,
What?
Roselynn just makes a kind of slight look of disgust.
and he just continues eating.
I don't speak animal.
I don't have that spell.
Thomas swallows. You're a ranger!
Yes, it doesn't mean I have the innate ability to speak to people or creatures. I understand them, but I don't squeaky squeak.
Yeah, I speak human.
I'm sorry.
The black was feared where you came from, Maad. So they knew about her and she let them live? That's surprising.
But are you really living if you're in fear all the time?
Well, from the way that Sirius described it, we wouldn't be in fear because nobody would know any better. We'd just be living however we've been and safe, I guess.
From what I gathered when he was talking to us, for the most part, he doesn't want the world to end. But the outcome of us failing makes the world end. And he doesn't like that because obviously it's not in his favor. And because of that, he only gave us that deal because of his own selfish need for people to remain alive and remain unknowing.
Maad, real quick, they knew of a man who assassinated. There'd be a mark on the door, and the next day that person was dead.
And no one knew why. And because they didn't know why, then they didn't know to avoid it, which means people would just keep making the same mistake over and over again. Because they didn't know that what had happened. I suppose. Illiyanna's mostly speaking out loud, like to herself.
Thomas looks around. So, 3 of y'all left with your crystal, golden, yellow scale thingies, whatever's.
Yeah?
Anything else?
You all answered the question.
I mean, probably. I just want to know what we're gonna do when we go to the black. What's the plan? What are we gonna do when we get out of here, first of all? What are we gonna do the next time we come across somebody who we think could be working like an agent of the black if we have to kill her? Can we just talk to her? Like, try and convince her that, hey, maybe whatever she's doing isn't the greatest way to do this? Because it'll eventually lead to everyone dying?
I'm pretty... She's hunting us down, and she already had killed 2 of ours. Well, tried.
Oh,
With
I
one
just
of them.
thought of something.
What?
She doesn't know I'm alive, does she?
Oh, probably not if she couldn't see us in the trials.
But if we're still in the trials, that might not be the actual her because that was the future.
But if she thinks I'm still dead,
I'm not sure how this works.
How would that? I mean, I understand how that information would be useful. It's just I don't. When we come out and she tries to find us, she'll see that you're alive again.
she won't be expecting it.
But
Dun, dun.
we should.
Well, right
In fact,
now,
he plays out on his pan flute. Dun dun dun.
Right
Found
now, right now we're headed to go and get some of the weapons that will help us to get her in the fight and everything. It's probably take a little bit, but we'll have to. Oh, Maad says, I do not believe she will listen to us. She is going to hunt us down, and as we get closer to our goal, she'll become bolder. She'll have to. I think she'll get not desperate, but more serious, I guess, in what she's doing.
I get it.
We're going to have to stick together this time.
Roselynn, you're with me.
I mean, obviously, but saying that we need to stick together isn't enough. We need a plan. We need something to go on. We need
Code names.
Okay.
All right.
Code names?
Uh-huh.
We had a plan, but I didn't agree with it.
Here's a plan.
Look,
Once we...
what was the plan then?
Well, do you remember what she told us? That because I was the last one alive, I was to be her champion to fight the Black alone. But we all know that if we're alone, she'll get us. So
That was their plan. I'm talking about a plan for us now that we're all together and aware and like combat ready and capable if we need to be. And like
yeah, that was the chance to end the Black now and then, but
yes, and that's not viable anymore. So we need to think of a new plan.
Okay.
Leo.
First, hold on. First idea, Maad. Whenever whenever we get into battle, stay the hell away from Roselynn. Let's go.
What?
Roselynn, we're going to call you the nanny.
Wait, the what?
The nanny.
The nanny?
Yeah, she'll take care of your kids.
Excuse me?
Aw.
Ouch.
Hey, we heard you.
Alan looks to his hand.
I'm not gonna be a nanny? You don't like kids.
If we need,
Yes, we're aware of this.
If there's some reason where, say, we come into something like, say, this all blows over, and we need to address you as something, but not say that you're Roselynn because, I don't know, there's the Foxfields and the Orions, and they started a civil war, or because there's somebody who wants you dead, or there's a secret that you don't know. It means that whoever calls your names gets, like, shocked with electricity or something. It'll work.
Call me Fox.
Okay.
Ooh, Foxy Lady. Got it.
There's been something on my mind, and Antlyn's going to crush his gem and look to Thomas and say, are you really a bard?
Did we cut out? What? I answered, in my heart. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, in my heart. Okay. We'll say, I always grew up hearing stories and like telling stories and things like that. But if you're asking if that's my true profession, no. Pretty good pan flutes, though.
I was going to say you don't fight like a bard, if that makes any sense. It's just something that's always bugged me, and I've wanted to know more.
I'd say if we were to go up against a Black, they would just take our head on. I mean, Shuri has the upper hand when it comes to surprises. She did surprise us quite a bit at that monastery. Well, surprise to me. I don't know about you guys.
Surprise me!
From what it sounded like, she surprised the hell out of you. You know, under rubble.
Oh,
Had suggested if we see her before we get to our goal, we try to run. That works.
I
where
got little
would you run
legs.
to? I mean, I know it depends on where we are.
someone will carry you, Thomas.
Are
I said someone.
you someone?
Maybe. Yes.
If Roselyn's Fox, then what does that make you, Thomas? You said we needed code names.
Buff McBeefington.
But we
Not gonna remember that.
I just want you to call me Buff.
before we continue on with this, we still haven't explained everything to Thomas.
What else?
We stopped when we were talking about the deals with Sirius and not the events after.
Real quick, I have a better code name. Hound Dog.
For who?
That way, she could be a fox and I could be a hound dog.
Oh God.
The Fox and the Hound. Okay.
Because you're always chasing that tail.
There it is.
Alright, for our various reasons that we gave, we all refused the black in his deal. He was sad, it seemed. Told us not to blame him for what's going to come. For what we do when we win, if we win. Let's go with win. Because, it may bring greater ruin than anything that we did right now, which, considering when we fail, it brought the end of everything we know and love. And everyone in the entire world. That's saying something.
I mean, we are technically going to kill his daughter.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like he's that concerned about it.
No, he said that he wouldn't, give us away. And he didn't. She noticed that he was talking to somebody but couldn't see us. And I was like, oh, who are you talking to? And she's like, oh, business, dear. And so she started over, and he was like, no, not every business I do includes you. I don't think he was very happy with her because she ended up making it so that there was nobody to have secrets from, I suppose. Which means he wouldn't have a reason in life for being there. In life? I don't know how that works.
Thomas stops for a minute. Mind if I try one more thing?
Okay.
Bella, are you here?
He said Bella was alive.
Do we hear something say no?
You do.
Wait, do we all hear?
No, only Thomas.
Is it Bella's voice?
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit, come out.
Nothing, Thomas.
She's here. I know she's here. God dang it.
Who's here?
Who's here?
Thomas
Wow.
kind of puts his hand on his forehead and kind of rubs his forehead. Being stressed, right? Thomas reaction.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you see the symbol of Acaen on Thomas's forehead in almost a golden tattoo.
What?
What? Is there something on my face? He tries to wipe his face.
A tattoo.
I don't have any tattoos.
You have the symbol of Acaen. It's on your forehead.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Look at the pool.
Goes and looks over in the pool.
Thomas, you see the kind of the small golden symbol of Acaen. However, you also see something else.
Okay.
Bella is sitting on your shoulders, overlooking you.
Ah! He starts swinging at his shoulders.
Are you okay, Thomas?
No, the damn dragon's on me.
Nothing's on you, Thomas.
Illiyanna stands and moves over
Are
to
you,
his shoulders? Down, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
you
She
having
feel
a
anything?
Nope. Nothing there.
I don't feel anything, Thomas.
It's there! I can see it in the pool! Look!
She looks.
You see Bella on Thomas's shoulders in the pool.
She blinks. She puts her hand over.
Just goes right there.
The image is there. She's not.
Get it off, 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 get it off.
I can't move it. Can you move it?
He's swinging at that shoulder and then realizes he's in a pool, so he's reflecting, so he's swinging on the other shoulder now.
Nothing.
Where are you, Bella?
Can't speak to you.
Roselynn will go to work. Huh?
You wanted to be the one, Thomas.
No, I'm stuck with you?
Until our task is complete.
Ah.
I have kept quiet, and I will, unless you call me.
Do I get to pick what I call you?
No. That's the DM saying, hell no to Nasi.
Probably a smart call on Sub's part.
I almost went with the other code name for your other character.
Oh, that would have been horrible.
I know. So, kind of disappears in the image.
Ah, hurts.
So,
Apparently I'm bonded to this. Ah!
serves
Is it-
you right.
Is it the same symbol from the helmet he wore?
It's the same symbol in the tomb, right? They had the here
Yep.
lies Ekron. Illiyanna
Alright.
inside out.
Yeah, so it's the same thing from the helmet also, right?
Yes.
The helmet seems to have left his mark.
Agreed.
Wait, does that mean y'all have to put my head on that statue thing?
Then we could sit you on it if you want. And he kind of grins.
Hmm.
I don't know if we can go back.
Unfortunately, no.
Aren't we? No.
Maad says the helmet seems to have left its mark. And no, we're not going back.
God told us that we were on the other side of the mountains.
Thomas starts looking for ale.
You know, can someone remind me? She said we were supposed to find weapons to defeat the Black, right?
Yeah, we walk through here on the plains, and we've been back. Illiyanna goes to flip through her book. Give me one moment.
Follow to the east. I forgot the rest.
Something about straight on till morning. I don't know. Second star on the right.
Maad. Good morning. I agree with that, Maad. Hey, Antlyn. How about your code name be Spider?
Haha.
I'm going with the man.
The man.
The man.
I don't like spiders, and I don't think I would want to have that, especially after my vivid death.
Shadow?
Thomas looks at
I'm not
Maad.
that bad.
Thomas looked at Maad real quick. Okay. Uh-huh. White. That's why I was going with the man. Because he's white. Okay. Thomas looks at Maad and says, yeah, the only problem with not letting us stop or slow us down or, anything like that is if anybody tries, we're going to have to fight through them.
And we might need to be able to, given what we know, our job isn't done and it's going to be markedly harder. I put it all in chat too.
Okay.
About where we need to go. Because there's only 5 of us now. And we don't have Brienne.
Oh, you put it not in Legacy chat. Hold on, I
No.
gotta.
And I can, hold on.
So y'all finished with this trial, and y'all found me, and Rosalind's heart went aflutter and all that.
Oh, after we said no to Sirius, we ended up in an ashy place. We thought it was snow at first, but it was ash. Roselyn's wound from where the creature had poked her. The little green guy had poked her, Agoth, and became infected. And it was eating a hole in her leg. We tried to amputate it and tried to get it safe, but she bled out. And when she died, she turned to ash.
Yeah, the last thing I saw was my leg chopped off.
I tried to sew up her part of her wound, and I guess I accidentally stabbed Samuel's finger. And
What's wrong with Samuel's hand, leg?
because your art.
Thomas squints.
She just shudders. Not like in like flesh in hand.
You're not helping.
He was holding the 2 pieces of her artery together so she didn't bleed out.
And I was
While
trying
we
to
tried to
sew
sew it.
but it ripped through and accidentally stabbed his hand, and he turned to dust. And now, because he wasn't a chosen, he's dead.
It got to his heart. And he didn't come back.
That was it should never have happened to him. He should have never been dragged into this.
Well, I mean, he in his trial, he did cause all your deaths.
We saw that in the pool. She points to it. She showed us that. He didn't really know us, I guess. And he thought he was saving his family. I mean...
Yeah, he ended up getting them destroyed.
Well, that's why you don't know what actions that you do could have massive consequences. Like what we're doing. It might have far-flung more worse consequences than if we fail, or if we had taken the deal.
Rosalind, I have a question.
What's your question?
Come here. I'm
It's
short.
over.
I'm short, down here.
Gets onto her knees.
Kisses her on the cheek. What's the consequences?
Her fist clenches.
But they both died, and it was just me, Illiyanna, and Maad left.
Do that again, I'll punch you.
Isn't that how you show affection again?
So we started walking, and towards this big light in the sand. It was the only thing
Ash.
around. In the ash. It was the only thing around for miles. We walked, and one day when we were walking, we set up guards to sleep. But one day when we were walking, the ground just came apart. There was nothing. There was blackness. Maad was a little bit of ways ahead of us. And I caught him. Antlyn was behind us. I caught him, and he was able to pull himself up. But my handheld wasn't very secure. So when I turned to move around, then I fell.
Couldn't get to her in time.
That says, I couldn't save any of you again. You did, though. You saved Antlyn. Points to Antlyn.
Yeah, tried to dig you out of the ash and ice with my sword, but you wouldn't budge, so me and Maad kept going from there. Just kept walking and walking. We didn't stop to rest, so we just kept going until Maad had the idea to get on his broom, and we took off at full speed. And because of our exhaustion, he fell asleep and went falling off his broom, and I ducked and rolled and took a huge impact, but I ran back to find him unconscious. And from there, I put him in my sleeping cloth and tied a rope and dragged him until to the point I passed out and fell to the ground. I'm not sure, but Maad could probably explain what happened after. I just woke up to him, passed out on the ground, and then he was gone. And there was these...
Maad said I couldn't breathe, and then I woke up here.
He nods. After you all died, I was the only one left alive, as what showed inside that temple the Black had. But surrounding me were these shadows of sorts, stalking me until I passed out or died. But I didn't let them get to me, and I kept going and going until she showed up.
She who?
The Black.
Oh.
She spoke some words saying that it could be all over if I just let it end. And to my very last breath until she attacked me. I attacked her back first, straight in the face, but nothing happened. I fought to the last breath after you all fell, and then blackness overtook me.
I get it.
But in that blackness, light came and it felt warm and it wasn't cold anymore, and I came back here. There was braziers with ash on it. Yours was the smallest, of course. And he kind of grins.
Undercompensating?
She offered me the deal to become a god, to become her champion, but after suffering, watching everyone die slowly one by one, the only thing I could think of is wanting you all back. Wanting my friends back, and we were supposed to do this together, not me by myself. And I told her to bring everyone back.
Thomas raises a hand. If you were going to be a god, couldn't you have just brought us back yourself?
I don't want to be a god.
Huh. I mean, you could could have brought us back and then said, I give up my powers to, somebody cool, somebody short, somebody who deserves it.
I'm not sure if that's how that works, Thomas.
Well, we'll never know now. Crumbles.
So one by one, she brought you all back. And you were the last one that she brought back, Thomas. And now we are all here. Together again. With one less person. Two less people, actually.
I really wouldn't call, Brianna a person. It sounded like she just, didn't care anymore. Everything she was saying about family and, Dragon's the most important thing to me and, Thomas, I hate you, all that good stuff. Sounded like, for lack of a better term, it was bull. Not like the hooven, creature you found, but, like the real bull.
Still, I wouldn't wish the fate of the Black on any one of you. Not even her.
Thomas clears his throat. It kind of sucks.
Maad breaks his gem and asks, what are all of our happiest memories? No need to answer out loud, but I want us all to go to sleep with a good memory.
Thomas goes, listening to stories in the tavern. Listening to stories of heroes, of yore. Apparently they're lies. But I always wanted to be like them. Go on adventures and protect the ladies. Be that devilishly, handsome guy in the stories.
I do have one memory that I cherish. It's fuzzy though, but for some reason I don't know why. I just felt like that person was important, but I just don't remember why he was important.
What person?
Back when I was an orphan, I was in an orphanage when I was little, younger. Parents died in a fire, or so they said. I had a fuzzy memory. I was very young, but an older figure, I guess still a kid, like me, but much older. I don't remember what he looks like. He was there for me. He told me to stay strong. Don't let no one bully you. Don't let anyone stop you. Gosh darn it. But, no, he said he had to go. He said he would come back. I don't know if I don't remember who he was. My memory is faded. He said when he was gonna come back, he said he would, guess, protect me. I believe that's what he said. Oh,
He sounds
years
like
passed. Yeah, good friend. Or at least I think he was. I don't remember. I was so young.
All due respect, your friends have a history of like trying to knock our ass out and kidnap us.
This was back at Lake Elm. By the way, I didn't tell you all. I was born there. He never came back. At least by the time, I guess, I don't know if he ever tried coming back or whatever. I was adopted by the Orions. They found me, saw me, beating up a few of the bullies, a few of the kids, and took me. Told me, hey, you're strong. We'll take you in. Welcome to the new family. A really fucked up family.
Does anyone else hear the Godfather theme song?
No.
Not physically. Just in their mind when they listen to that. Sorry.
No.
That sounds like they took the meanings of what your protector friend said in a different light. From what the person that I talked to, they seemed nice. Had a reason. Of course, it was the god of battle, so. But still, I'm sure he had reason. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay.
Next to Illiyanna. You want me to go first, or you?
You can go ahead.
I guess my happiest memory would be my father giving me a bow for the first time. He's not my real father, and I don't know who is. He apparently found me one day and took me in as his own. He's a gnome, very small person, and I don't know why that's the happiest memory. Just getting a simple stick with a string bow, but after receiving that item, I always felt happy when he would teach me the ways of nature, the ways of a hunter, the ways of how his father before him taught him how to be a man and do what's right by the fellow people of your community. He's taught me everything I know and what I try to practice. Even if I'm more curious than he is about what the world's like, what's around us, and I guess all that led up to this. A single bow can take you places.
Maad says, my happiest memory was a birthday I celebrated with my parents. I was young, but I still remember being happy and feeling safe. And for some strange reason, Thomas says his nickname, that Maad's nickname will now be Foul.
Oh, God.
Oh. Illiyanna's happiest memory was when she found Damien and Kia to a lesser extent. Damien was... He looks a little... She looks around, even though there's literally no one else. But it's more out of habit than anything. He's not human looking. A little scary. But he's really nice. And he knew magic. Like I could do, but different. And he understood. And it was fun. Because there's somebody who could help. I wasn't just going crazy. That's always good.
Thomas looks at Illiyanna. How old is he?
Damien?
Yeah.
You make me look up this stuff.
I made Firefly have to think of stuff like this.
I don't think I ever actually gave him an age.
I mean, is he older? Is he, middle-aged?
Older, probably.
Oh.
About 30? Maybe? I don't know. I never asked. He's old enough to have a school. He looks like he took me under his wing, like private tutoring. Little me and Kia.
Mind if I ask a personal question?
Okay.
Are you in love with him?
No.
Is that a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
Can I insight that?
Oh,
I literally can't stop you.
Okay.
this makes me wish Maad saved his gem.
Oh,
Darn it! I'm kidding.
leave.
It's still no. I don't know what you rolled.
Thomas,
The indecision was in Firefly's voice, not Illiyanna's.
I got you.
She was taken aback by the question.
Thomas motions Illiyanna down.
She bends down.
Kisses her on the cheek.
Rolls her eyes.
Hey, you rejected me.
For good reason.
Thank you. She tilts her head.
What reason is that?
Zev, how long is this effect gonna be going on?
Hey, you set yourself up.
You still have a gem. And 9
No.
minutes.
No, I don't have a gym.
I do.
Is it Illiyanna?
Illiyanna does.
There's that great opening. For what reason? Illiyanna?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna use it for something else, but it doesn't
No, you
matter.
can use it
We
for
can
whatever
talk
you
about
want.
it later.
No, you
No,
use
it-
it, no,
use
use
it
it for what
for-
you want.
No, she was just gonna ask if everybody was gonna leave when all this was done.
That seems like a perfect question to ask right now.
I
I
agree.
shouldn't ask the group.
Yeah, that's what she'd crush it and ask the group. And all this is through.
I'm going to pick the order in which you answer.
Okay.
Antlyn.
If I'm going to leave after all this is done,
That was the question, yes. Do you plan on
That's-
leaving the group when this is done?
personally, no. I want to see more of the world. There's many tales and many things to see, sightsee. Many places to go, but I can't do it alone. I can't fight alone. I don't want to be alone as I have been for the past several years of my life. So no, I do not wish to leave the group. But that is also not my decision.
Maad. Thomas, you gonna read that for him?
Yeah, give me just a second.
You had one job, Nazi.
Well, you caught me unaware, all right? Damn.
Revenge!
He says, I'm honestly not sure. I'd rather not.
Thomas.
Thomas looks around and goes, yeah, the story has to be told. Can't stay around everybody and tell the story. You already know it.
Would you like a follow-up question, Illiyanna? To Thomas, since he said he was leaving.
Why? Why? Never mind. I guess
No,
we're
go ahead.
mistake.
You can ask. You can ask. If the question's why, he'll say, others need to hear the story. We already know it. I mean, if our entire job is to do that, plus, let's be honest, some other people here still don't like me.
She
Who?
looks around. Who?
He points at the water.
You hear in the back of your head, Thomas, I never disliked you.
No. Oh, you think this is about you? No, I don't even like my own reflection.
There's a small chuckle. And I would need to remind you that you were compelled to be honest.
I know. He goes, that's a lie. I think I'm adorable.
Oh, there's Thomas. And finally, Roselynn. Everyone slowly looks towards you. And for a moment, you swear you see the dragon even looking at you.
Back. Sorry.
Everyone looks at you.
Oh.
And you
Yep.
even see the dragon looking at you.
Maad says, Thomas, you really are adorable.
Illiyanna thinks so.
Says
Shit.
the question to you, if you didn't hear it. Are you
Yeah.
planning on leaving with the group?
Mhm.
If you finish your task successfully. And this is to everyone. Everyone answered.
I guess that just depends on how the end results is. If all things are fine and dandy, I think I'll go back to my Foxfield place and continue my duties there. But if there are more things amok, I will stay. And I will
Thomas-
stay until things are clear.
Thomas raises his hand. Question.
Answer.
Didn't the Foxfields lock y'all up?
It's the Orions that locked us up.
Oh, my bad. I get them mixed up.
Wasn't the Foxfield brother that got sold us out to the Orions and things?
What? He would never.
I'm so
The one-
confused by this point.
The one who poisoned you and I done sent you out.
The reason why we had poisoned food and stuff?
We were in Orion territory.
When we were
Wasn't
having a
here.
meal with the Foxfield.
I don't know why he was there. I mean, nothing would have. The Orions would have known to not harm a Foxfield, but we were there. Well, I was there, so I won't believe that it was a Foxfield which sold us out. He wouldn't.
No offense, no offense, Starlin. But just putting you on.
You cut out. No offense, darling, but
I'm sorry. No offense, Starlin, but who do you think was putting you in that wagon?
Really?
and that is actually where we'll end it today, because we are 1 minute, 2 minutes out from our hard stop point. So I think that's a good enough cliffhanger.
Gosh!
And we'll see you guys next week here, when the DM will actually be more involved.
Yay!
Instead of just letting you
fun.
guys RP for everything. I think it was good. I enjoyed it.
I
Chad
agree.
enjoyed it. We will say goodbye. Until
Thanks,
we next
Mixer.
meet.
Thanks, Mixer. Thanks for the tweets
Bye.
and everything.
Bye, Mixer.
Bye.
Bye.